Greetings, Marcia. Hello to
Oh,
you and to
well,
everybody who has been a part of this journey in 2020.
people. Let me just read some of the comments. I know you've been reading a lot of what's happening on social media. Lori Bob said, "Announcer, bring the people alive." Tanisha says, "Listen, if the announcer was given crown, it wouldn't go well with the NCF." Patricia King Green says, "But we all know why he ain't win. Welcome the announcers and congratulations." Somebody says, Julian Fenty said, "That is my winner. Let the song sing. Can't hear a thing." You gonna hear? He had the loudest and most applause. Announcer them rob you. Announcer is the monarch, not oops. We're not saying anything like that, okay? We are saying that this is the people's king. We congratulate everybody who the judges they chose to be Mr. Blood. We congratulate him. We're not here to put down any artist at all, at all. Um, Michelle said the announcer is the people's choice. Well, folks, we have the phone line is open and you are free to call in. Those of you who have been calling me all week, don't get shy now. You're free to call in and share some love with to the announcer and give him your thoughts on his performance. Well, let me allow you to say something to the people. Sir, it is how many days? That was Friday and it's Wednesday, August 6th. That was the first 5 days after this performance. How are you feeling?
Well, I'm grateful from the time I got the song last year. It was important that I post the title of the song from last year so people would understand when I was active on social media as myself, as a Calypsonian, addressing the comments at that time by Carol Roberts, the CEO. I did it full in the knowledge that with the grace of God in 2025, it wouldn't only be a post, it would be a song. And those who doubted me, those who questioned me, song answered every question and every query. The same song that they did not want me to release or perform.
Mm-hmm.
If I backed down, I wouldn't be here today. There wouldn't be any finals night performance. There wouldn't be any judging night performance. There wouldn't be any opening night performance in the Carter Shining Stars. And if it could be done to me, it can be done to anyone. Because I have a platform, but I also have a calling and a mission in this particular field, as I have in entertainment since 1981. So if I buckle, a lot of people buckle. A lot of younger artists, a lot of younger broadcasters, persons who are in occupations that nobody knows who they are in terms of fame and acclaim, but they do get inspiration on the occasion that someone takes a particular stand.
Yeah.
And I always felt that there is a hesitancy within the local Calypso community to address certain topics and address certain people, even when there's every right to do so by virtue of the comments that people make in the public domain. And that was my whole point. I've said I've been sponsored by freedom of speech from day one. Once the song was completed and released, that answered the questions of those who thought otherwise. And in as much as people tried to stop it from being heard, it went viral just from a tent night, an opening tent night from a tent that people consider to be a small tent. Carter Shining Stars is not a small tent. It's a big tent. It's a tent with a lot of power, a lot of force, leadership from Julie, which brings that confidence and that enthusiasm to what we're doing. So in relation to last Friday, I've always told people that the judges love me, but the results hate me. So if I speak directly to the result, in terms of what happened on that night, for only one contestant out of 18, that result is an insult. But that's to me,
Yeah.
not to the others. And what the others receive, they receive. And they have every right to receive. But you can't watch that, and that's the beauty of YouTube, and not wonder how we got where we got. Now, there are people within the Calypso fraternity and the music fraternity trying to justify it from a very technical perspective. Technical doesn't move the crowd. My rendition can't be that bad. My lyrics can't be that bad. My melody can't be that bad. My arrangement can't be that bad. It takes something special and powerful to move a crowd like that. But momentum didn't come on the night itself. It came from the opening night right through. And the
Yes, that's
support
true.
and the support of people such as yourself who played it and shared it, and the Admiral International, the Q100.7, the 94.7 FM team that supported Cancer Shining Stars. And it takes a degree of boldness and fire to step on that stage and
Yeah.
deliver a song like that. And to God be the glory for that. That's what it's all about. And you know, strategically, it put the festival at the center of the calypso aspect of the festival and the other things attached to it. People have been trying to invent various reasons why the song is the way it is. And I heard a contribution on a call-in program today that was unfortunate.
Mm.
But I can't answer that at this time because there's a certain discussion that has to take place with me and certain people that will bring this matter to an end in a way other than calypso. But I am happy that all that momentum, all those YouTube posts, all that WhatsApp and Facebook business and IG, people came to Botanical Gardens to see all the performances, but especially to see that one. Now, you'd say, well, Ronnie, it's a bit immodest.
No, but
That's,
can I
hold up,
pause there? Can I pause and say?
but that's the reality. That's the reality. People came there for that.
Yeah, well, I have. There's a caller on the line. Let's see if we could hear them. Good night, caller. Good night, caller. Good night, caller. Can you hear me?
Good night. Yes, I can, Marcia.
Yes. Let me see, Ronnie. Can you hear the caller?
Yes, I can.
Yes, he can. Okay, speak up, caller. Go right ahead.
Yes, I just want to say that I want to thank him for bringing back to the Calypso competition the intrigue, the humor, the kind of lyrics, and the interest back in our festival because of what he did with that song and his performance at the night. The thousands who turn up at the gardens, botanical gardens, came because they were intrigued and wanted to see his presentation.
Yes, 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 yes. And he was just saying that, caller, while you were calling, he was just saying that he, it's not that he thinks so much of himself. It is what it is that the people, majority,
right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So it's unfortunate in the third place, but in the eyes of many Calypso fans and lovers and supporters of the festival, he is the true 2025 winner.
Yes, I think so. That's what the people's winner. The people's winner. Again, we don't want to. This is of course you have the judges, and we're not here to fight the judges at all. All we're saying is that the people, this is what we see and what we recognize. Well, thank you so much, caller, for calling. Anything else you want to say to the announcer before you go?
Keep writing, keep bringing the issues to the people.
Yes.
for sure.
Thank you. He's hearing you. Thank you. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you for calling.
Yeah, Marcia, I'll say that my song for 2026 is called The People's King. That's the name of the song for 2026. That's what you'll hear me in the tent with. I've told Julie that already. I've made note of all the things that people have said, posted, and shared.
Yes.
And The People's
Okay.
King is the name of
One
the song.
second. The people are calling. 1 second. Good night. Good night. Welcome to the Marcia Week Show.
Blessed good night. First, I want to say congrats on not being afraid to stand up to what you believe in. And your belief is your personal belief. And we believe in you. We believe that what you have done show that no one is above reproach. Now that Carol over is over though, wasn't the ban a serious misjudgment? And I don't mean B-A-N-D, I mean B-A-N. Wasn't the ban a serious misjudgment? And I'll leave it at that.
Caller, I mean, did you realize that that Starcom network actually played the song on finals night?
But before finals.
Mm-hmm. Right. Before finals, the song was not played on Starcom, but it was played on finals night. What are your thoughts about that?
I think it took away from the announcer's presentation, because I believe that the more a song is played, it gives the performer more encouragement. It gives more listenership and such like. But from the time that you pull a plug on some person's performance, you have done that person an injustice. And to play on the night of that person's performance, I think that is an insult. I think that's an open insult.
Yeah, I personally thought that it was just is it the biggest hypocrisy, then act of hypocrisy that I've ever seen. Doesn't make any sense to me, and I make no bones about it. It's like they should have egg on their faces. It doesn't make sense. It's ridiculous. But yeah, thank you so much, caller, for calling. Yes.
Marcia, let me speak as the announcer, the artist, in relation to.
Go ahead, Ronnie. Go ahead.
Let me speak as the announcer, the artist, in relation to that. I've been in entertainment since 1981. Been in competitive calypso since 2004. I've had songs banned before. Had songs not receiving the attention that they should because of the interpretation of some persons, different circumstances. I think a person would have to be foolish if they ever thought that the song not playing was a significant factor in the success of National Carol Festival. National Carol Festival was already performed in the tents. It was already viral across many platforms before the song was rejected.
Okay.
It had already gone clear. The additional rotation would have assisted at that point in time, but it could never make or break the song, ever. And I think that it shows the ability for your material, if it's good enough, to make it, regardless of the intention, the plan, or the reason to oppose it. And I can simply say at this point that Baka continues to represent the announcer through Sean Carter and the team as it relates to the handling of this song in that way. Mind you, other persons can be involved in addressing the situation now that that track has actually been played by those who said they wouldn't play it.
Played. Okay, hold a second there, the announcer. There is a call on the line. Go ahead, caller. Welcome to the Marcia Week Show.
Thank you and good night to all. Good night to you, Marcia. You're doing a wonderful job.
Thank you. Can you hear her, Ronnie? The announcer, can you hear her?
Very clearly.
Very clearly. Go right ahead.
And I want to say congratulations to you, announcer. You was fantastic, fabulous, awesome. You was splendid, everything wonderful that night. When you step out, I said, oh my God, wonderful, wonderful. And you were the winner, and you are the winner. But we all know why you had to get third position. Another thing, the caller just now mentioned about the Marcia said that the song was played the finals night.
Yes.
On the station. No, I don't know how many people realize, but I realized that on Saturday, when they made the announcement of the positions, they did not play the song. They played one of announcers' other songs. So what sense did it make playing the song the final night, the night of the show, and then cannot play it on Saturday when the announcement was made of the position? Madness. But anyhow, God is sleeping. And we the supporters, we know why.
Wow.
Why the announcer did not get crowned Friday night. We know.
Yeah.
It was not a surprise because the Sarah the band the dance song, so then they give him the crown. But directors were positioned. They had to do what they do or what they did. But God see and know who the king is, and we, the loyal fans, we, the judges, we know who the king is. Congratulations, yes, to Mr. Blood. He was wonderful also, but it was announcer, the winner, Mr. Blood, second. That is how it was supposed to be.
Thank you, caller.
Everyone.
Thank you, caller. Thanks for that observation. Thank you.
Yes.
She's saying I didn't even realize that it wasn't played when they announced it on the order on the Saturday. But there's something here that is there are a couple of people, two persons or so. They're saying that what if is a thing that you contrived, that you created this whole story of the song being banned, and to get for the song, to push controversy so that people will the song would get really, really big. Is it something that you sat down with Starcom and you planned this thing against yourself?
See, I would appreciate anybody who thinks that way to write that and post it publicly, to be identified and say it publicly, because I have good attorneys and I certainly could use the additional funds for other charitable purposes.
Yeah.
So to even indicate or insinuate that is rubbish.
Yeah. And if I can say something here, that I have known the announcer for what's it, over 20 years. Actually, when I just got here to Barbados, I our family and your family, we did a lot of connecting with your children and your wife and everybody. And the announcer would never be part of that. He would never be part of that. It's important that we are able to, I know who I'm dealing with, and I can tell you, the announcer would never do that. I don't have to ask him that question. I asked because it's in the comment section. But that, yes, the song did get the publicity from the banning, but it's not something that he contrived or that he did at all. And I just want to say that now that is below him. That's beneath the announcer,
Yeah, the
and that would
song,
never happen done by him.
the song had already gone clear. We had very strong nights at Carter Shining Stars, and the judging night was a spectacular.
Okay, we have a call coming in, Ronnie. The announcer. Let me get
Right?
to it. Yes, caller, welcome to the
It's
Marcia Week Show.
Hello, good night.
Good night, caller. Yes. Welcome. Go right ahead.
Good night. This is Judy Dolan Jones. Mr. Announcer is my monarch.
Good night,
That is
Judy.
my monarch.
Yes.
He spoke about Karen here, and she didn't feel pleased about it. He's the people that speak about Sparrow speak about a lot of people. Jack on the beach, everything was being spoken about. I don't know why they ridicule Mr. Announcer. He is my monarch, and he will stay the monarch. There's nobody could beat he.
Yeah.
Understand?
Yes.
So Mr. Announcer, you is my monarch, I will stay the monarch. I don't care about the blood nor the water nor nothing. You
Yeah.
is the monarch.
Yes.
So I have a pleasant night, Mr. Monarch and Mr. Announcer, and have a pleasant night to also Marcia.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for calling, Judy. Thank you so much. Yes. Blessings. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. You know, the announcer, you were saying something before you got that call.
Yeah,
Why
I
is it?
just want to make the
Yeah.
point that
Mhm.
people make decisions. People have the right to make decisions. Because a person has the right to make a decision, it doesn't mean that they make the right decision. One has to be humble enough
Yes.
and mature enough to recognize that.
Yes.
And as we move forward, coming directly out of crop over, there are a number of persons that have some serious reflecting and thinking and meditating and praying to do. For them too. But for sure, we have individual freedoms and rights in this country that people have to respect. Employers across the country have to respect the private boundaries of employees. And where it is clearly defined that there is an outlet, whether it be artistic or another form of creativity or involvement, then that person has the right to engage in it, as long as they're not breaking the law or bringing harm to the community, which includes the workplace. And you cannot unilaterally decide that the person should not be doing A, B, C, or D, because then you are overreaching. And the right of the citizen to produce and share and articulate and speak and think cannot be owned by anyone other than that individual. Slaves celebrating the season of emancipation. Emancipation is not just a historical event, it's an everyday event. So don't be lulled by a sense of security that emancipation is just something that happened in 1838 after the period of apprenticeship from 1834. 2025, you have to be willing to defend your freedom.
Yes, very well said. And this is the thing, that you know, a lot of people, you know, they're not looking beyond, you know, the announcer, they're not looking beyond what has happened to you. They're not looking and seeing themselves and seeing the rest of Barbados. And that's really one of the frustrating thing about this, you know, what happens in Barbados. We are I find this is something that we really need to change. I find unless it's at our doorstep, we don't get involved. We do not get, from the moment I realized what was happening to you, the announcer, I recognized that this had to do with freedom. Whether it was his employer or whether it was the government or whoever it was, it does not matter. And that's the problem I find with here in Barbados. We are so ready to point, to judge, and to tear down the very person who is being oppressed. And it doesn't matter who is the oppressor. The point is this. Here it is that somebody's freedom of expression and freedom of speech is being taken from them. And because we what? Oh, you might not like that particular person, not necessarily in the announcer case. Or it is that, well, you think this way about this particular thing. Why can't we look at it for what it is? And be able to see that, as my grandmother would say, today for you and tomorrow for me. Today for me and tomorrow for you. But listen, the announcer, I don't want to change the subject so much. What I want to say is this. What I want to say is this. On Friday, there is a piece of legislation. Sorry, guys, I got distracted there. That has to do with our privacy and our freedom. And it's going to be debated in Parliament. And here we go again, the announcer. Right? And I don't know if Dave can put it up on the screen. I'm going to squeeze this in right now. I don't know if you know about it, the announcer. It is a piece of legislation that has to do with, I'm going to tell you, I'm going to read so I don't make the mistake on it. And if you look for it, you will see it is a particular bill that was sent to you tonight. The Wireless Intercept Bill. The Wireless Intercept Bill. The bill would make provision for the interception of communications, the acquisition and disclosure of data relating to communications, and the acquisition of the means by which the protected communications may be accessed and placed in an intelligible form for connected purposes. This is going to be debated in Parliament by Mr. Thorne and the rest of the and those in the cabinet. Okay. Wiretapping, yes. This is what is coming up, folks. This is why I say you might look at what has happened to Ronnie and say, oh, that has nothing to do with me. It's just Calypso. Let me tell you, they're coming for you. They're coming for me. And when we sit down, this is what the announcer is speaking of when he spoke about slavery. When we sit back and we say nothing, What are we doing? Our silence is sanctioning what is happening in our society. Over to you, the announcer. I just had to stick that in.
It's not a matter of being disrespectful or not acknowledging authority, but there's a certain degree of accountability that rests upon the shoulders who are in positions of leadership. And leaders come from among people. At some point, they were not leaders. They were living, learning, working, progressing, and any role that we play where we have that power, we must use it responsibly in every facet of life.